Welcome to the Pan American Properties video learning series. During this video, you will learn about one of the most important reports you'll submit each week. We call it the Weekly Summary Report, also known as the WSR. The WSR is a snapshot of the activity that occurred at your property for the last 7 days. You'll see your prospect communications, detailed traffic information, your net change from last week, units that are on notice to vacate, and the details for all rentals that close during the reporting week. In addition, the WSR shows vacancy details, rent-ready details, which units are in the eviction process, as well as scheduled move-ins and move-outs, and lighting inspection information. This report is a valuable tool for managers and supervisors. Well, that's a lot of information in one report, and there's more I didn't mention. You might be wondering at this point how all that information is populated. Mostly it's entered as you go about your day, speaking with prospects, processing notices, and updating the unit information when received. The WSR isn't something that's filled out. It's a report that pulls information from various places in the Rent Manager program, and that's why accuracy is so important. Let's take a closer look at the program, and you'll see what I mean. I'm going to move back and forth from the WSR report and show you where in Rent Manager that information is located. This is the Properties WSR tab. Last week's available number is entered here. The program can't tell us the net change if it doesn't know what the property started with. This is a key manual entry. Think of it like writing down what your weight was as of Wednesday, and then subtracting your current weight 1 week later. Either you've gained or lost some weight, right? You'll learn what the definition of available is later. The disclaimer field is where you add the projected rent-ready information for both vacant and for pending vacant units. Next, let's look at the Rental Units WSR tab. There's a lot of information here, including the asking and the achieved rental amounts, which show up right here, the lighting inspection date and comments entered in here. You'll notate if there was a special that was given to a new resident here, and it shows up on the report right here. And if a unit is rent ready, which will show up here, as well as down in the vacant units, such as number 21. We'll define what rent ready means later as well. Next, let's look at the Customer General tab. This is where you enter in move information and move out information. When someone gives a notice, you'll enter that information here, including the move out date, and it will show up as a new notice this week and the on notice section on your report. Enter in the eviction information, and it shows up here as well as down here. If there's a cancellation, you'll see it up here, but you enter it on the General tab down here. There's even a comment section for entering any variance of data entry. More about that later. Now, here on the Lease tab, you need to make sure you enter the offer to rent date. Otherwise, your new rental won't display on your report. Finally, let's look at the prospects screen. After you initially create a prospect, make sure to enter additional phone calls, emails, and visits on the Activities tab right here. You'll also enter credit screening details in the User Defined tab. Click. That's the qualified information, and it shows right here in your detailed traffic column. The property owners receive the WSR, so make sure that you send it in on time and that you've double-checked it for its accuracy. This concludes the training session, Introduction to the Weekly Summary Report. I hope you found it to be informative and helpful. If you have any questions, email answers@pappinc.com. Thanks for watching, and remember to make your day count.